Yo, before I even get into anything, I'm like looking at I was on well, I guess this is the thing. I was here on YouTube and I'm like going through different like just whatever, just like looking at whatever, and I saw Michael J. Fox, and like I'm doing the thing about like in some of the mixed stuff you can clearly see there's like Back to the Future. I think it's even in this, there's one of the tracks has like, let's see. Yeah, here, Back to Basics. And the whole Mandalorian name pun thing, cause the Mandalorian, right? All right. And as like, cause the man is DeLorean, as in like Back to the Future, you go back like time travel. Okay, the man DeLorean, right? All right. Uh, I could also be the man DeLorean, I guess. Hi, Ian. Uh, it could be all sorts of things because the name pun reality, it's like a soup, and probably we're just at a point. It could be a lot of things. In like it, I probably just turns into some kind of abyss. How about we not do that? How about we do the thing from Revelation where the abyss is sealed up with some kind of like the power of Yahweh, and like all the bad stuff goes into that, and we go into the kingdom of heaven, and like even just like what I'm saying, Michael J. Fox, if you aren't like one of the people attacking me, if you're helping me, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But I was about to say, like, well, he's got Parkinson's, and I know like when Christopher Reeves like was being Superman, he got like whatever happened to him where it's his accident and his like back got broken or whatever, and I think it's like the weight of like these intellectual properties when like attached to something like the Beast Emperor Trump or like something that isn't real, it can't uphold, particularly something like Superman, where it's like someone claiming to be a god, essentially. All right, well, you're in front of everybody claiming to be a god, so does that make sense? Okay. Now, with the ones like Back to the Future, well, that there actually does seem to be some like Rick and Morty style time travel fuckery going on, and even if not, it's like at least enough to like get over important points about like reality. So, but and so I'm saying like maybe part of it is it's a heavy reality to lift, and by not going the direction that I'm saying, it's like you're not like people aren't resourced and they're unable. And I also think even if we're going the way that I'm saying, if there's some kind of empire attacking, like do I got to be Yoda in Star Wars? I, and then like, you know, I guess my whole thing is Yoda. I'm like, well, why wouldn't Yoda just take over the empire and make everything better? Why is he trying to like why is he trying to like fight a whole empire, like, you know what I mean, by himself? By the end of it, it looks like, and in some kind of swamp. It's like, what is that, just to like put me in some kind of like time, like that's one of the possible time things, but I'm like not doing that one. We're gonna do the one where Yoda takes the Empire and then does something better with it. You want to do that? That's back to the actual. Is that the actual Back to the Future? We're going to the future that before they did whatever attack and mess with time and stuff and attack me in my leg. Are they using one of my biffs? One of my BFFLs? One of my biffles? What are you doing, Emilio? What are you doing? What are you doing, Joel? Were you ever a friend? You did come around after this stuff all started, so. But I guess Emilio did too, technically. It all started when I was born, so was I born even? I don't. At this point, there's pictures of it, but like, how is stuff going if this is happening? Look, it says Shakewell. Is that like Maxwell? All right. So, some of the name pun reality thing, I'm just like trying to show like, well, like I do think like it's a heavy like, hey, there's two Superman characters kind of active right now. They never finished up the Zack Snyder thing, and they never finished up. They're starting the new DC universe or whatever. The one with Sarah Sampaio. Is this why like Israel? Because I'm contending against Sarah, and I win. Okay, it's just in Hebrew. Okay, and I learned enough Hebrew to get that part because Yahweh is like, hold on, Oracle. Here's the Oracle program. You go through it. Like I do the Matrix thing. It's Yahweh is like gives me the authority over whatever existential matrix computer exists, and then we actually enjoy reality, something like that. Maybe we're at the point where like some engagement around my reality and what's happening should happen, and it's not. So I'm just like kind of. It's kind of satirical with the like Back to the Future stuff. Kind of not though. Like I do think something's going on. We're in a thing, I think. And like I want to get to the point where like, hey, it's a kingdom of heaven. We could be enjoying reality. Whatever's going on where it is like Back to the Future reality. Okay, well, the Mandalorian and like probably this is the thing even in the book of Daniel when judgment, the word judgment in Hebrew or at least in Chaldee, where in the book of Daniel is the word din, like in Star Wars Din Djarin. All right, exactly spelled like that. Din, din. Delet Yod Nun. Judgment. Oof. Is that because like something related to like uh Noah Ambrosio or one of the other people, and they're taking like baby Yodas and they're making that the way, and it's some kind of like, would you guys stop breeding me without my permission and like actually engage what I'm saying, however the fuck this is happening, and like actually engage me in a way that makes this like not completely uncomfortable because it really hurts. My right side really hurts. It's getting better every day, but I mean it does physically, and I'm pretty sure it's the Genesis 32 thing. They hit me in a way that they shouldn't, and like I have enough to be around and make them into hypocrites, and it's like the sun shining on a bunch of fucking vampires, and they could have just had a party if they had listened to me, but they didn't. They attacked me, and it's the end. So maybe change your minds. That's what the word repent means, and we like actually start the party here, huh? Okay, that's called the kingdom of heaven. Look at Isaiah 25. It's a feast and then a party. And then like, what do you think? They went through the desert and Yahweh had them do like festivals like Burning Man. What does Yahweh sound terrible? That's literally what these hippies want to do anyway. And I'm like, I just do I not want to do that? I do. And we could have stuff around the cities too. It doesn't have to be in random desert locations. We're in 2026, people. Why are you going to the desert to do stupid stuff? Oh, because it's the legal authorities in the desert are like demon spirits. Gotcha. Okay. That's why they go, because they do evil bullshit to attack. Instead of like actually getting a party going, because that's the only like thing that can get their energy going and whatever, get them desirous. Instead of just actually having a party that's fun where it's fair and like people aren't hurt and like there is actual stuff to fix people's problems and blah 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 blah. This is why everybody attached to not just doing what I said however long ago, you're hypocrites and the weight is heavy enough to be killing people at this point. And what have I been doing? Well, clearly I've been trying to get the party started regardless. Gotta have the music, right? And the art. Were a bunch of artists using art to harass me for Satan, and really obviously Satan is everything they claim to hate. Oof. Fucking hypocrites. Yeah, the weight of this is only gonna get heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. So why don't we start the kingdom of heaven? Come on. Maybe it's not the artist. Maybe I'm like using the artist to like bonk people on the head like in the government that should be doing what I'm saying, but they're such hypocrites. It's like the end. We're 2,520 days from when the Epstein stuff happened. They threw my ass in jail. I guess that's why all this stuff's coming out as the World Cup's going on. Oh, and all the stuff that I said some stuff about the World Cup, and then I'm like looking at it and I back up and I'm like, maybe like as I'm looking at it, the World Cup is exactly 2,520 days from the thing, from when they threw me in jail on the channel that like you can. This is literally on that channel. Like, let me make sure that I am. live streaming. Yeah, I'm live streaming.
Cup's going on.
Okay.
Oh, and all
So
the stuff
it's
that I said,
this is literally
I said,
on that channel.
I said some stuff about the World Cup, and then I'm like looking at it.
I'm gonna start the live stream on this one again. New stream. All right. I have a desktop stream of this going. You can go here, go to my my Matt Wilkins channel, which is the one that I've done since I think 2021. But okay, and let me get this. So we're coming up on 2,520 days from when they threw me in jail. The Epstein stuff happened while I was in the jail. I'm assuming it's because they were making a public show out of my reality and the stuff like they tested whatever, and then the Ridgecrest earthquake happened. And again, like you would expect the people in authority to like actually be like, "Oh shit, this is happening and this is real." No, they just hide everything. They hid. I mean, as much as they could because I went live and then it happened. But the sixth largest earthquake of all time, they're not like making a big deal of that happened last year when I like came back on live streaming again, screaming about being attacked and harassed by these people, and then within a week of me live streaming, the sixth largest earthquake of all time happened. And all of this is like I have the archive of everything. I have like, you know, evidence of everything. I'm like doing this art where it's like this art is impossible to put together if there's not like something additionally going on. You know what I mean? Where it's like something is breaking here in America, people's ability to communicate, I think using I don't know, not just here in America, all around the world. And like we could have a much better reality, but whatever it is, I'm assuming you know, I've already talked about it plenty. It's like here, I like look, I have kids. Apparently, I guess. Apparently. I mean, they might be my kids, they might not. I'm not exactly sure. Um it could be that they're trying to play a trick on me. That's what it feels like, but like I'm pretty sure this is the thing that was going on from 2,520 days ago. And then like we're coming up on the point like I'm about to start the Gal Gadot thing mix, and it's probably like I'm saying gonna take like 2 weeks or so to finish this. I'll probably finish it around the Galentine's Day. Funny. And then, you know, I'm is the Iranian regime about to fall, or what is the Iranian regime based on? Like, were they selling versions of me, and that's what Gal Gadot is? They're selling people. like copies of me or clones of me out of like some GT reality that is like incursion reality is like exploding or imploding or whatever the fuck. They were doing evil stuff to attack me when I was younger, and it was like come out in a way that's impossible to deny in the least. Well, I have some abilities that seem to be impossible if what I've been saying is not true. So, and then they're still using this Stephanie Yostin character who might be a clone of me or my kid or maybe just another one of these like fake like what am I trying to say? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're doing evil stuff and they've just attacked me with these females and like their response is to make them into such hypocrites. The world ends around it. They're everything they claim to hate. They chose the Satan that they hate most in the world against me, who's like literally got the power of Jesus and Yahweh and is everything they would ever want in a in a male and their dad and whatever. And they like attack me on stupid bullshit and like won't I don't know, Satan's like using them to attack me. And like very clearly even here where it's like, wait, am I like what the fuck is going on here? That like so did they turn America into some abuse empire and like nobody wants to admit it because it's so shameful and the world ends on it and you're probably going to have to throw the presidents who lied about whatever into lava to make up for it because they're just beasts now in the way that probably is going on with uh like, are the presidents even the presidents, or is it some weird communist thing that happened in the 70s that took over and, like, using the empire of Iran? And then, like, I gotta be in a bubble here in Houston connected to, like, the actual thing that comes out in the inn with the authority. And then, like, since I'm rooted here, in the least, I've been here my entire time. And I'm not gonna let something else, like the Persian Empire or anything other than the Empire of Yahweh, which is like initiated through the American Empire. Yeah, I was born in the Matrix, in the cyborg Matrix known as America. It's probably some like Erica Badu am Erica joke or something. Huh? 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 Hmm? Hmm? That's why the J Electronic extravaganza and I am the electricity. Oof. All right, I'm also funny. Can we go? Can we do the fun stuff now where it's just like actually a thing where it's like fun into eternity, or are people gonna be like satanic puppets harassing me for until the earthquake happens? Because if that's the case, then this is why you'd be thrown in lava when the earthquake happens. What say ye, Erica Badu? Am Erica? I'm silly. Okay. But I'm also like making everybody hypocrites, huh? Okay. Even myself, probably not. I'm probably the only one that I'm like, well, other than like, no, I'm pretty sure everybody. I've been saying the same thing for the entire time. But okay. Here, look. March 12th, right? If we go to when the World Cup is and the day the World Cup ends, it ends like a week after they took after I was out of the jail and like when Jeffrey Epstein was killed or whatever or died when they Epstein and then or whatever. I'm sure it's a stupid name pun thing, but at this point I've clowned it into lava. Okay, yeah, I know. Here's my birthday this year. It's July 26th of this. I'm pretty sure this is a significant date. It's sometime around the Ridgecrest earthquake, huh? which happened I think on July 4th because I was in jail and they were like taunting that like they had America in jail on the 4th of July. And it's just like any person anywhere around the world that doesn't want to be lorded over by a bullshit empire, and then they're doing it to me because they don't like America, and then I gotta be like Jesus on the Yahweh thing or Yahweh on the Jesus thing and like undo. Like, no, you're just a bunch of hypocrites and liars. You know that this is like you're attacking me for like Islam and bullshit fake religion. I say Islam. Any religion that isn't Christianity that's upholding Allah, a law against the way. This is the way. Which way? Is it that way or is it Yahweh? Well, at this point, I don't really have a choice in anything. So it's like both parties are just like, I can't imagine how America could like stand itself being like, well, I guess you get to exist or your existence for the past like 20 years has been precipitated on like abusing that reality out of me to try to steal it for Satan instead of just taking the kingdom of heaven party where nobody would die anymore and everything would be better. And I guess the presidents have just been lying about it on top of like, the bullshit religious authorities all around the world, like the Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei or whatever, just some loser idiot that looks like one of the random idiot teachers from Lutheran High North that I went to that like I think has been participating in whatever dumbass evil behavior this is. So like I'm ready to see this earthquake happen and I'm Yahweh and then like kingdom of heaven party into eternity and anybody that's been attacking me you're getting melted. But if you haven't been attacking me, okay, we're good. We're probably good. Okay? Probably. That's why I be on the Jesus thing. Drop that Islam bullshit. It's like clearly cancerous and toxic and just meant to like use you for something like a literal Satan empire that you'll never get anything worthwhile out of other than the little bit it throws at you as scraps. And I'll say this, Yahweh will always give you double if you'll like wait at least and take some like uncomfortable thing that you're probably going to have to go through anyway. So like, actually July 4th, 2019. I mean, I think they did some stupid, evil, abusive shit, and then the earthquake happened while they were doing that while I was in the jail, huh? And they were filming it. It was probably some sexual thing that they did some abusive thing, and the earthquake happened while that was happening. Am I right? Because my phone says while, as in while they were doing something. The earth, like, I was in jail, so while I was in jail, but yeah, what, you know? This earthquake happened. Okay, now we're about to be 2520 days from this earthquake. Okay. My bit rate is lower than the recommended, but it's like, well, it's doing fine, honestly. There's not like a bunch going on the stream either. So if I guess I can affect anything. Let's see. No, it's fine. Happy birthday, Elmo. Oh, I guess they did something while I was in the jail and that was the birthday thing and then the earthquake happened and then so we're coming up on the point where the 2520 days later like the oh here Like we're coming up on the consequences of whatever they had done while I was in the jail. I don't know. I guess we'll see. You know what I mean? I'm worried all because something's like trying to like keep me from being from trusting, which is silly. I mean, that's not good. Oh, just FYI, I'm the supreme leader of Persia now. Ali Khomeini has been judged as just being some idiot beast, and he's being thrown into lava or perdition or whatever bullshit. Needs to get rid of that idiot. I saw some girl just being executed on like on here on X because he's just like some abusive idiot that got power, but like in the streets, and they aren't like, you know, have you ever seen Iran partying or having fun? No, it's just a bunch of abusive old men like being used by the American government pretending that they aren't. And then like the American government is being used by the abusive old men that snuck their way in and to pretend to be supreme whatever the fuck of Iran, and they're just actually some idiots like using some power that they stole from the American government, and then the whole shit's about to explode in their dumbass faces as they get melted into burning perdition because I got the Book of Daniel 7 court case on them. And it was really a dumbass idea to try to attack me or Yahweh or anything, you know, anything close to that. So, okay. How about I start the, the Gal Gadot mix here? The Gal Gadot mix. You know? Let's look at this real fast. Is it me? What do you think? Hmm. Am I a Jewish gal? A good looking Jewish gal? The nice donut? All right. Gal Gadot. That's me. Gal Gadot. Is it? Is that my kid? Or is that the thing? Those who claim to be Jew but are not, but are of a synagogue of Satan. She's like claiming to be me, but she's not. She's from some like teaching that is against me. Uh oh. What are you doing, gal? Or no, maybe she's just helping illustrate that point, right? Right? Gal, right? Look, we're coming up on this. The next track is real Gallist. You know, am I a Gallist? Did the Voodoo Boys or something like try to challenge Yahweh, and then it's just like, okay, this is. Let me explain cyberpunk reality to everybody and what magic and voodoo is. Oops, oops. Can we party yet? What are we fucking doing? What is this? Uh, King Willie will see you now. Okay, Danny. Hold on, it's saying like the settings are overloaded. Let me figure out what's going on here. Also, I think I can mix on Mixcloud. I might try Mixcloud real fast here. Where all the mixes are hosted. The issue is like, okay, well, I guess is there an issue? We'll see. Go live. See, I'd been trying to do this. Is this going to cause issues with the... Apparently, the special character is an issue. And it might be that the Hebrew is an issue, but I'm about to find out. Nope. No issue. How about this? I'm gonna